Hello and welcome to part 2 of doing the clutch on the Aygo, the 2014 that I've got in the workshop. In the last video we took the battery tray out, took the battery out, disconnected a load of plugs, earth leads, and we drained the oil. And the oil's been draining for a couple of days. So I'm going to put the drain plug back in, and then I'm going to start on removing the wheels. So I've got the drain plug back in. Time for the wheels. And then there's a plastic under tray I've got to get off on the passenger side. Then the bottom ball joints on both sides. Then I can pop the drive shafts out of the gearbox. And then we're a little bit closer to getting this gearbox out of this car. I have another couple of electrical connections to remove, which I can get to from underneath. But first, let's get the wheels off. I've got another bracket to take off that's buried down there. There's a bolt that I've got to remove, and that'll remove a bracket that's got the wiring for the O2 sensor on it. So I've got to get that off the gearbox. This one can stay on because it goes to the reverse light switch. That's fastened to the gearbox and stays there. The bracket I'm removing is the one I've just put the long extension on. So it's tucked right down there. This last bracket I'm taking off the gearbox is the bracket that holds the O2 sensor wire. There's the O2 sensor, and the bracket fastens to the gearbox. That releases all the wiring then that's connected to the gearbox. So all that's holding the gearbox in now is drive shafts being connected, bell housing bolts being connected, and that engine mount and that engine mount there. And then we can think about dropping this whole lot down. So I'm going to finish removing that bracket, free that off, and then we are ready to move to the next stage. Oh, I was hoping just to take that piece off, but it's integrated with the wheel arch liner, so I'm gonna have to remove all of the wheel arch liner just to get a little bit more space here to work through. I've actually managed to get the entire wheel arch liner off. It was held on with clips all the way around. There was one there, one there, one here, one here, one here. There was one underneath. There was multiple clips, but it has freed me up a lot, this has. And now I can start hitting the bigger stuff. Bottom ball joint first, I think. Let's see what's involved in that. I've not taken the nut off because I don't want to damage the threads if I miss with the hammer. I'm going to get a bar now and try and lever it down. Right, I've finally got the first bottom ball joint out. I've had to lever on the track rod end with a really long bar. I had to put a couple of pieces of wood under the bar because I just hadn't got enough travel. But ball joint's out. The suspension's now free on this side. I'll keep them two pieces of wood. So now I can pop that drive shaft out and tuck it up somewhere out the way. Then I can go and have the same struggle on the other side. But we're getting somewhere. Let's get that off. That nut is a 12.30mm, and I've just rattled it off with 1/2-inch impact gun. I've left the nut on now because I want to knock the shaft through the hob. So see if I can get it off. Rescued it. Okay. Right, I don't know where I got to when the battery died. I was too busy taking things apart. Ball joints off the car. Hubs hanging off the suspension. Got the drive shaft out of the gearbox on the passenger side and out of the hub on the passenger side, and it's lying on the floor there. Ball joint was a bit of a pain in the arse because there's a lot of tension on the anti-roll bar, but it is doable. A few bits of wood, and lever this down, pull this away and it out. So yep, we got the wheel arch liner out. Shaft, when I figured out how to get it out the gearbox, came out very, very easily. So I'm calling it quits for part 2 on this now. I've had enough today. I'm a little bit further ahead than I was the other day when we got to the point of draining the oil. I've got to do the same procedure now on the driver's side. Ball joint, shaft out, and then we can go for our prize, which will be getting that gearbox removed from under this car. All the electrical connectors are off. It's just a couple of engine mounts now bell housing bolts once the shaft's out, and yeah, we'll bring you back for part 3 when I take the other drive shaft and the hob apart, and then we can start part 3, can't we? So I've had enough, like I said, for today. I've been in here for about 2.5 hours, theoretically only done about 45 minutes work, because I have been trying to film as much as possible. I think I've missed a lot. Camera battery died somewhere, so there'll be some inconsistencies in the video, but that's what it is. Hey, thanks for watching. Look forward to part 3. Please consider liking, please consider subscribing.